What's up everyone? Welcome back to the channel. Today we are going over part 3 of improving your ankle dorsiflexion, your ability to get your knees over your toes. So we talked about the heel, we talked about the midfoot, and now we are talking about the toes. So one thing that we do want to check for that ability to dorsiflex is our big toe extension. Really as simple as look down, try to lift your big toe, see if you can put it back down, lift your big toe, see if you can put it back down. A lot of people are gonna have absolutely no control over this, no movement, and they might even see that their big toe lifts in like this, which is one of the things that I wanted to talk about today. So if you are someone who has that kind of bunion style there, it's obviously gonna restrict certain motions, and ankle dorsiflexion is probably one of them. Remember in part 2, we talked about the ability for the toes to be able to spread away from the heel, so that length that happens at the foot. If you don't have the length there, one of the ways that it can show is by having to pull the toe in, because you can't get that full length of that moving away and that spreading of the foot. Another thing that I wanted to talk about is the idea that when you see your toes clawing or you see them really pushing down hard on the ground, that probably means that you're too far forward. This is a great time for someone to work on heel elevated stuff and bring their center of mass back. So when you do some squats, when you do some ankle mobility drills, consider lifting your heel up and shifting your whole body behind your knee even. That might bring your thing back here. Now there's no weight on the toes. So as your shin goes forward, you're gonna get better at that versus starting all your exercises here. See a lot of people in split squats, they kind of stay forward the whole entire time versus actually moving back and having their shin angle come back. So that's a key consideration. The second key consideration is working on your actual big toe extension. So we talked about the idea of just simply assessing it. Step 1, just start working on it. Eventually it'll go from being dead to being able to lift. You can try to lift it straight up. If you have a band, you can have the band pull out so that it lifts up with a little bit of support so it doesn't fall inwards and create that bunion-ish motion. The other thing that you can do is big toe pails and rails. Super simple. Take a book, take a wedge, put something under there so that your first metatarsal's down but your big toe's up, push down, pull back up. So say you're there for 2 minutes, you can be there, feel the stretch all the way through that tissue that's not lengthening, then you can push down for 20 seconds, then lift up, repeat for rounds. There really is no magic recipe. Just think that by the time the set's over, you probably want to be there for about 3 minutes. So you can start off with a passive stretch, work on maybe driving the knee forward, and then you can eventually push down for 20, lift up for 20, rest for 10, maybe do another round, or just sink into the stretch. Make sure you're there for at least 2 to 3 minutes. That's a great start. That's going to be really beneficial for you. So that's part 3. Couple of considerations for that. If you want to be led through these steps and actually just follow along with the class, check out the EVM. Tons of progressive foot classes to do all this and more. And then also if you're a coach or trainer, therapist, check out Mobility Coach Plus because we go over this in depth, which includes our also separate product of our foot and ankle mini course. Remember, your feedback is crucial to us. That's what leads us to create our next thing. Let us know what you want to see. Comment below, share, like, make sure you're subscribed. We appreciate you watching. Enjoy the rest of your day.